boat, what does an anchor do for the boat? Keeps it in place. You're not going nowhere. If I drop the anchor, that's it. The boat's stuck. The secrets that we're living with is keeping us stuck. And I'm not talking about things you did. I'm talking about what's happening today. I no longer keep my thoughts a secret because they're going to destroy me. I'm going to isolate. I can no longer keep my feelings a secret because they're going to consume me. And I can't keep what I'm going through a secret because how am I going to get help? I say it all the time. If you want to be miserable and sober, just white knuckle it. You'll find it. I promise you. I promise you, you will be miserable and sober if you try to do this by yourself, for yourself, alone. So because I kept my thoughts a secret, I thought nobody wanted to know who I was. Because I kept my feelings a secret, I thought nobody wanted to be around me. And because I never asked for help, I thought nobody gave a fuck. I got a lot of people in my life that care about me. Why? Because I let them see a version of me that they could actually help. Listen, I'm a kid from the street. You show your weakness, they eat your food. I ain't on the street no more, though. I'm not that person. Eventually, we're going to have to move on from the old life. The Bible says the old is gone, the new is here. That doesn't mean conversion, though. It means that now we're willing to work on getting better from the old life. That's what that means. All right, so some life lessons. We're going to talk about the healing journey today. Some life lessons. So, who thinks time heals all wounds? Anybody? Does time heal all wounds?
Find out.
No? Okay. Okay. Good. I like that. So what would make time heal one person and time not heal another person?
How they look at it.
How they look at it? Holding grudges. Good. What else?
Not forgiving.
Not forgiven. Very good. So fourth step, which one is that?
Give yourself
Personal inventory. Okay. Reframing it. Very good. So time does heal all wounds, but time within itself is useless. It's what we do with the time that gives it value. God doesn't deal with time. Why? Because he deals with eternity. There's a difference. Time must end. That's why there's a time. If this was time, it would be eternity. We wouldn't need clocks. So therefore, it's going to end. Time is going to end. It's the choices we make in the time that either makes time valuable or not. So just sitting in treatment for 6 months does not mean that you healed just because you haven't used in 6 months.
Time is such a sensitive subject for me.
Okay.
Just because time is only what the fuck man said it was.
Okay.
We made up time.
Yes, we did. But now that we made it up, what are we going to do with it?
What time even? My time's not the same as everybody else's time.
In what way?
In so many different fucking ways.
Your time's not valuable?
No, it's very valuable. Mine's not less valuable. His time's not more valuable.
Well, yeah, but I want. Is your time valuable?
Of course.
So what are you doing with your time?
Working.
But
with my time.
but that's what I'm saying. For you, your time, how you spend time might be different. But time is real. We have to give it its reality.
Yeah, but
When you go to work, you're selling your time. Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like TIME.
My timing's not the same as Joe's timing because
I agree.
you know what I mean? Like
But your time is no less valuable than his time.
Right.
All I want us to see is that time is only valuable how we use it. Otherwise, it's pointless, right? Things I must earn, TIME. So what I'm saying is, I maximize my time as much as I can. So therefore, I get more done than most people. Do what other people won't do, and you will get what other people can't get. What doesn't most people do? Most people don't stay consistent with the ordinary. Most people don't do the same thing over and over until it evolves to something else. Everyone is trying to upgrade all day long. They want to upgrade. They want to upgrade. They want to upgrade. They don't let the process actually happen, though. Right? We just go into things, right? So time does not heal all wounds. It just gives them space to sink into the subconscious. All right? Where they will sit and impact your emotions and your behaviors. So conscious mind. right? Conscious mind is like tunnel vision, right? I'm staring at her. That's my conscious mind, right? Here and here, even though I'm staring at her, I could still see them. That's my peripheral. That is our subconscious. Just because you're in a conversation with somebody, do not think that your subconscious ain't picking up what's going on around you. So we need to get subconsciously conscious. Does anybody remember how we could do that? How I said we could do that? Get subconsciously conscious. How can you tap into your subconscious? How do you think you could tap into it? Pray, yes. Journaling. Has anyone ever wrote before and reread what they wrote and it doesn't sound like the way they speak? The reason being is because we could think faster than we could write. So when you're writing, you slow down your mind. You have to. Because I can't write as fast as I'm thinking. So now I have to slow my mind down in order to write what it is I am thinking.
What if you dictate?
I'm talking about journaling.
That's right.
Journaling and dictating is two different things. Dictating, I might as well be in a conversation with somebody. Journaling, I write, I stop, I think, and then I finish a sentence. Maybe for you, dictating will work. For me, journaling is how I tap into my subconscious because that's the only way to slow my mind down. Dictating, I could just go off.
Well, what I meant was like recording what I'm thinking.
You could do that.
Writing for the recording.
Try it. That works for you. Me, the writing is it makes it real. I could see it. I could reread my words. I could dissect my words. But that works for some people too. So good. So what heals? Is going inward and loving yourself, accepting yourself, listening to your needs. Right? So hear this. Healing doesn't mean that the pain never existed. Healing does not mean that the pain never existed. It means that the damage no longer controls our lives. We need to heal from things. Otherwise, whatever we get, we're going to lose it. If you don't heal from a relationship and try to get in another relationship, we all know how that one's going to work out, don't we?
Yeah. You know, that's hard. Like, how do you stop doing that, though? Like, because I feel like my insecurities or, like, my trust issues, like, I still have them. They still pop up.
Yeah?
So, like, how do you get over that? Do you ever?
I don't know. I think we get better at managing it. But once we'll go through some things, once we understand that what the healing journey looks like, I think we take our mind off it going away and we learn a better way to navigate. So adaptability means that we could strive in any environment. Conformity is that we let our environment take us out, right? But yeah, I think it gets something more manageable. Trust issues, I still have them, right? So hopefully it goes away, right? But good.
Well, I think that's why they say time. I mean, I don't think time heals all wounds. I think it just makes it more manageable.
Yes, you know,
All
and
you gotta do is think about
That's
that.
that's not very good.
yeah.
I mean, it change over.
Well,
But the trauma is still the fucking pain.
yeah. I say it all the time. Recovery didn't take away my insecurities. Jesus didn't take them away because that doesn't happen on conversion. What recovery's allowed me to do is live with my insecurities, live with my frustration, and learn how to deal with my frustration rather than have my frustration take me out. I tell you guys all the time, I counterpunch because I can't prevent.
Yes.
I can't prevent me from getting frustrated. I wish I could. I can't prevent me from getting irritable. I can't prevent my impulsivity. I can't prevent my being compulsive.
Yes.
I can get better at catching myself when I'm in it to get out of it sooner. Think of your life. Think if you were able to get out of things sooner. How much better would your life be if you were able to get out of things sooner? Not stop things, just get out of them sooner.
Yeah.
And you try to stop it, you're going to feel like a failure anyway, because you're not going to be able to stop.
We're wasting too much energy to try to stop something we can't stop. Certain things are inevitable. What do you got?
My sponsor told me you gotta live life on life's terms.
Yeah.
Life's not gonna stop now that we're clean.
That's right.
It's gonna continue.
Oh, there you are.
Live life on life's terms.
Good. So, identifying the pattern is awareness. Do you guys know the patterns of your behaviors?
Yes.
As far as the time healing wounds, time for me it makes it okay. I guess I like put it in the back of my mind But when I'm sitting around and I'm in my head, if I think about that certain situation, it hurts, still hurts like a knife in my heart.
That's what it said. Time also gives things to sink in. The more time that goes by, the longer it could sink into our subconscious, right?
Yeah.
So it's very important the choices we're making with our time. Are you investing your time or are you spending it? I spend some of it throughout the day, but I'm also investing throughout the day.
Yeah.
Right? There's blocks of my day, time frames of my day where I'm invested in who I want to become tomorrow by acting like that, behaving like that person today.
Yes.
Spending time? Yeah, I spend time too though. But where are you investing your time? Meaning, where are you getting a profit back? Right now, sitting in here, this is an investment. It should be anyway. You should be getting something from every group you sit in. I don't care who the group facilitator is. I don't care what the topic is. You should be getting something out of it. Because I got a little bit out of everybody's drugs when I got them drugs. I skimped every bag. I don't know about y'all. So since I skimped every bag and I took some of everybody's drugs, I want some of everybody's wisdom now. Same difference. Not much is... My movements are kind of the same. It's just on a different mindset.
Yes.
That's why I don't sometimes really feel changed, if I'm being honest. This change is so gradual, and it's such a process that I don't necessarily feel like a different person than in my active addiction. I'm definitely a different person. I see myself differently, but the feeling, I still kind of feel the same. It's kind of weird. I know I'm better, I'm happier, but me as like a whole, in a sense, still feels that's how slow this changes.
And that would add up because you're not fighting yourself, you're managing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
From the other perspectives, it seems like that's the first time in recovery I've heard someone say to not fight your impulses and just put scaffolding up around them.
That's it.
What my psychiatrist told me about my ADHD. If you know that you can't focus on shit for longer than a half hour unless you switch tasks, then set your shit up for the day to where you know you're changing your shit every 30, 45 minutes. And it's a big deal, but I've never applied that to recovery until you said that, and that does check out that you wouldn't feel different because you're still you.
Yes.
You're not trying to tell you not to be you, you're just saying not right now.
Yeah.
I'm catching things too. So if I had to give it an analogy, when people work out, they look in the mirror every day, right? But you don't see results every day. But then one day you look in the mirror and you're like, oh shit, check me out.
I remember.
Right? Check me out. So what I take that as is you're not going to see growth every day. But as long as you keep going to the gym and keep working out, you're going to have that day where you get that God shot. You're going to have that day where you're like, oh shit, check me out. Reason being, if we see growth every day just because we're human, we're going to get entitled.
Yep.
We're going to now expect growth without work. And then we're going to become complacent. So that's why we don't see it every day. So I don't always feel like I'm growing every day, but I know I'm going in the right direction. No, I know the day is going to come. So, identifying patterns is awareness. Remember we did negative thought patterns? All or nothing thinking, minimization, magnification. What else was there? Jumping to conclusions, emotional reasoning. These are negative thought patterns. Listen to this. Identifying the patterns is awareness. Choosing not to repeat the cycle, though, is growth. How many of us are aware of our patterns, but we're not changing the cycle? So if we're not changing the cycle, we haven't grown yet. That's all that means. Doesn't mean that we can't do it. Just means that we haven't grown yet. In order for somebody to grow, what do they have to do? Change. Let's say physically. In order for a child to grow into an adult, what are some things they have to do?
Be obedient.
Be obedient. We got to eat. We got to drink. We got exercise, right? Feed yourself. So how are you feeding yourself with your awareness? What I'm saying is, now that we're aware of our patterns, how are you practicing the contrary action? Are we aware what the contrary action even needs to be? All right, so
my,
yes, talk to me.
doing my fourth step, you know,
Okay.
I identified a lot of defects, you know, that I have, like, and that showed up as patterns throughout, you know, my resentments and all. So now the way that I practice it is, like, the first thing in the morning I pray for those, you know, for me to overcome those, and then I try to do the opposite. Like you always say, like, you know, if you don't know where to start, just go backwards, you know. So yeah, just try to do the opposite. If I'm selfish, do some selfless things.
There you go.
I'm, you know, ego, you know, like, try to be more humble, you know, like, throughout the day, and that, like, reminds me of, like, what I really need to work on.
Good. So I'm going to throw up on the board some things, some signs of healing, right? So this is, this side, if the marker worked. This side is what we want to do more of. This side is what we want to do less of.
Yeah.
All right? Less of it. I'm not going to stop doing it, but I need to do less of it. More observing. This is how we know we're on the healing journey. When you're doing more observing and less judging. We're doing more responding. And what do you think we're doing less of? If we're responding more, we're... Say it. Someone got it. Say it loudest. Reacting. We're doing more self-love and less
Selfishness.
close. There you go. Sabotaging.
Oh, okay.
So this self-love might be difficult, right? Because I didn't know what love was. Love is patient, love is kind, love holds no record of sin. Self-love. You got to learn how to start being patient with yourself right now while you're trying to learn a new way of life. Self-love. You got to be kind to yourself. How are you speaking to yourself? What does that internal conversation look like? To me, self-love is doing the things that I need to do despite how I feel. Once you really start loving yourself, even though you don't want to get up out of your bed and go work out, you go up and get work out. Self-love is an action more than a feeling. Sometimes I don't like myself, but because I love myself, I keep going. Self-love is an action that will allow you to feel. If you think you're going to wake up loving yourself with a feeling, you ain't going to get that if you ain't doing things for yourself. What made us love people in our lives? What makes you love people? The way they treat us. How are you treating yourself? You taking yourself out to meals? You going to the movies by yourself? What are you doing by yourself, really enjoying your time with yourself? How much do you appreciate yourself today? Or do you hate yourself? Why?
I'm not saying hate yourself, but I mean...
Go. Disappointment's great. Let's stay with that. If you're disappointed, I'm super excited for you. Super excited. Reason being, what is disappointment? What is your definition of disappointment? I'm glad you said that, sis.
Missing expectations.
Missing expectations. What else? Why are we disappointed? Things we did didn't go our way. Good. What else? We failed. Good. So disappointment is that I'm upset with myself based on something. So what that means, disappointment is your soul telling you that that's not who you are. That's why you're disappointed. If that was truly who you are, you wouldn't be disappointed. You wouldn't be in treatment. You'd still be out on the street. Disappointment is you telling you that that is not who you are. That's why you're disappointed. Start behaving who we think we are, and you'll lose that disappointment. Everything is a tool. How are you using it? I'm glad you said that. Because if you're not disappointed, I'm worried about you. I'm telling you that right now. If you don't have guilt, I'm worried about you. Because we need to feel those feelings in order to change. Why? I don't know about you.
That's what motivates you.
Any kind of pain creates some kind of change. All pain creates change. Physical pain, I hurt my pinky, I'm gonna change the way I use my left hand. All pain creates change. Pain is what? Inevitable. So now we have to learn how to make pain help us change in the right direction rather than the wrong direction. The healing journey, I'm sorry I'm gonna say this, but I gotta say this. In order to heal, you're gonna have to feel.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
It's the only way. In order to heal, we must feel. The healing journey is momentum forward. What I mean is, I'm feeling like shit, but I'm allowing myself to feel it and still show up for my responsibilities. So I'm moving forward. We say we're broken. Do you know where your mindset is when you label yourself as broken? Where do you think your mind is?
Defeated.
Very good. Defeated. Why are we defeated? Why do we feel defeated?
Betrayal.
Betrayal. Why do we feel defeated? We failed. Very good.
I think sometimes people feel justified feeling like that.
Okay.
The Bible says a broken reed he shall not break off, and a smoldering flax he shall not extinguish.
Very good.
So that we have to be broken to be built back up.
Yes. Put through the fire. But if we're broken, a lot of times when something's broken, it needs to be what?
Fix.
We can't be fixed because we're not broken to where we need to be fixed. If we are broken, we are like a broken bone. A broken bone what? Heals. You don't fix a broken bone. A broken bone heals. How does a broken bone heal?
In time.
Time. Good. What else? Cast. Why does the bone heal when it's in the cast?
It don't move.
Because it don't move. Where is your cast? Where can you go to stop moving so you could heal? Because if you don't have a cast, you're like me. You've been healing crooked. And what happens when the bone heals crooked? We break it. Anybody feel like they keep getting rebroken over and over and over again? It's because we're not healing. Where is your cast? It doesn't have to be sitting in a chair. My cast is therapeutic walks. I heal best when I'm walking because when I'm walking, my mind ain't just on. I have things going on. So I'm able to really sit with myself and my thoughts. Maybe it's cooking for you. Maybe it's music. I don't know what it is, but you're going to need a cast where you could go and feel and heal and it not be detrimental to you.
Give some more examples of that.
Of which one?
Things you gotta do.
So I do therapeutic walks. I read my Bible. I listen to worship music. I'll take a hot shower. What else would I do? I'll work out. I'll make a phone call. What I mean is by the cast is that I'm able to feel what I'm feeling and not hurt myself with bad choices or decisions. What's the fastest way to charge a cell phone?
Plug it up.
Take airplane.
Turn it off and plug it in. When we charge our cell phone on in there, we hardly ever get 100%. We're always operating between 70 and maybe 90%. We're never at 100. You need to learn how to shut you off, to plug in to whatever it is that you plug into. Every night before I go to sleep, I'm plugged in with God. It all shuts down. It's more important how you wake up and how you fall asleep than what transpires throughout the day. Because listen, if I go to sleep feeling like shit, I wake up feeling like shit. If I wake up feeling like shit, I ain't got no time for bullshit. I ain't got no patience. I'm frustrated. And then I go to sleep feeling like shit and I keep doing it. It's a pattern, a cycle that's not getting broken. How are you waking up? How are you preparing yourself for the day? My journal entry every morning is I will continue. Every sentence is I will continue. I will continue to allow the Holy Spirit to intervene. I will continue to show up to my appointments on time. I will continue to be there for people. I will continue to ask people for help. So when I wake up, I tell myself what I need to keep doing. Before I go to sleep, my journal entry is where can I get better? Not where am I bad and not where am I failing. Where can I get better from the day? So now what I do is the next morning I tell myself to now go find somebody that could teach me on how to get better. Not me start trying to get better on my own. Once I find something about me that needs to change, I don't try to change it. I try to find somebody who's already done it to help me do it. Where are we going? Who are you going for help? Do you have a sponsor? Do you have a mentor? Do you have a peer? Do you have someone that you're talking to? Because you and I cannot figure this shit out. We've proven it to ourselves. We're going to have to learn how to step out of our own way, get humble, and ask for help. And you know what? Some people are going to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And some people ain't going to want to help you. And those people are there for God to see how bad you really want to change. Are you going to give up just because someone used your trust against you? Are you going to give up because this person said no? How much faith do you have that God got you? So, more self-love, less sabotaging. This is a good one. More boundaries. More boundaries and less resentments. More boundaries, less resentments. My boundaries have to do with energy, not people's behavior. People's behavior, I don't make boundaries with people's behavior. I make boundaries with people's energy. Because sometimes people could be doing the wrong thing and still have good energy though. Because they're trying to do better, but they're just not getting it just yet. I could rock with somebody getting high. I don't care if you're getting high. My thing is, what are you doing after? Are you making excuses? That's not good energy. You trying? That's good energy. So to me, I don't care what you're doing. The boundary I make with people is energy. I look at what people do after mistakes. I don't judge the mistake.
Yeah.
Character is shown after failure. You're not failing because of your character. Your character is being revealed after you fail. We just may be failing because we don't know, or we need to get better at it. Failure is not a big deal. I don't see it as a big deal. It's not the opposite of success. Failure and success both teach things. What does failure teach us?
To do better.
How to get better. What does success teach us? That we did it right.
Yeah.
That's it. They're not opposite. One is on the path to the other. In order to be successful, you must fail and learn how to do. You don't want beginner's luck. I'm telling you that right now. Because beginner's luck is the worst thing that can happen. Because you think you're going to win every single time.
Yep.
You don't want to walk into this and be uber successful or Jump Street in your recovery. Reason being, you're going to start expecting shit. You're going to think you're always going to get this right. You don't want to be good at this in the beginning. You want to give yourself an opportunity to rise.
Yeah.
You don't want to start up here because the only way up from there is there. You want to work yourself up. What do you got?
I ain't gonna lie, whenever I first got sober, I got a good ass job and everything, and then I moved out here and now I can't get a job for shit.
God might just be slowing you down. That's it. More boundaries, less resentments, more inner peace. Inner peace, what do you think less of?
Turmoil.
Turmoil, good. So turmoil's on the inside or the outside?
Inside.
Okay, good. So more inner peace, less outer chaos. When we're healing, we have more inner peace. When we're not healing, we have more outer chaos. What comes before peace, you think? Biblically. What comes before peace?
Storm?
Humility?
Storm. Humility, good. Grace comes before peace.
Yes.
Getting the job ain't gonna bring peace in your life if you ain't got grace in your life. It'll bring happiness but not peace, and then it's gonna lose it. A new relationship ain't gonna bring peace in your life if you don't have grace for yourself and the other person. What do you got?
Grace and sympathy?
Grace is more empathy than sympathy. I don't think God feels bad for us because He's given us eternal life. I think God has empathy because He understands how strong the flesh is. So I was doing a journal entry, and I used to think that the flesh is stronger than me. And then when I was writing, what came to me is that it's not that it's stronger, I am weak to it. I am weak to my flesh. My flesh ain't stronger than me because I could beat my flesh with Jesus Christ. Yes. I am weak to my flesh. Just like the drugs have no power over me until they're in my system. Yeah. So until the drugs get in my system, I'm the one with the power. I'm not powerless. I am not powerless over the drug until it's in my system. Yes. How many of us feel that we have the power before it's in our system? Because you do. Yes. So that's what I mean. I'm weak to my flesh. Now my flesh ain't strong. So now that I know that I'm weak to it, all I have to do is get stronger to beat it. Yep. If my flesh is stronger than me, then I have to get stronger than my flesh. It's a different mindset than me getting stronger rather than getting stronger than something else. Me getting stronger is just a daily practice. Me needing to get stronger than something else, I might have to think I have to overcome it. You can't overcome your flesh. You can't. So I'm weak to it, right? So more inner peace, less outer chaos. More clarity. Less confusion. Confusion is always going to come with you needing an answer for something. Clarity is always going to come if you're looking for a solution through the problem. Let me say it again. Confusion is always going to come when you need answers. And if you can't find the answer and you're like me, you're making up your own answer. And your answer is never a good answer. Yes, we always pick the wrong thing. Why? Because we jump to conclusions. Yes. Right? So, clarity is how. God, tell me how to get through this. He will give me a solution. He will make my path clear. God, give me answers. Do not seek your own understanding. Submit your ways to Him and He will make your path straight. What do you really need to understand today? Is anyone looking for understanding of something today?
I am.
Okay? Clarity is an understanding of something, but it's clear. Confusion is the wrong understanding of something. When I have clarity, it's clear. That means I got a clear understanding of what it is. When I'm confused, I don't have a clear understanding. If I'm healing, I will get clarity. If I'm not healing, I'm going to be confused on why things are happening to me. When I'm healing, I understand that everything's happening for me. So I don't take it personal. I see the purpose in it when I'm healing. When I'm not healing, everything is personal. Yes. Because I'm not trying to feel anything. I don't want negative feelings, all right? More being and less doing. So we're what? We're human beings. Bible talks about be doers of the word. But then I just said we're human beings, not human doers. The things that you're doing, what are they helping you become?
Stronger.
Very good. You might be able to find areas of your life that you're doing things that aren't helping you become anything today. We need to start eliminating some of the things that we're doing that's not helping us become anything better. Because if you could start eliminating some of the things you're doing that's not helping, like maybe gossiping or complaining or not being grateful. Those things are not good. All right? So more being, less doing, more faith, less fear. More faith, less fear. So look, I be on this side. I be on that side. But I catch it sooner. I'm able to catch when I'm starting to sabotage. Yeah. I'm able to catch myself in my resentments. Mm-hmm. I'm able to catch myself before I react. Yes. I catch myself after I judge. Yo, Mike, stop judging, bro. I'm on this side. What's allowed me to succeed is that I go to this side so much quicker than I did in the past. Mm-hmm. Because I'm aware of it. All right? So we're going to keep it going. So when I say healing journey, what's your personal definition? What does that sound like to you, the healing journey?
Making you feel better about yourself.
Good.
Building those plays to counterpunch with. Because you're going to need a bunch of different plays for a bunch of different situations to navigate. I can just imagine how much tiring this is going to get as it gets better.
Yes.
This shit is exhausting.
It is, but
a lot of it. It's very exhausting.
it is.
Stop yourself after you do so, or when you're doing something that you're used to doing, and you're used to flashing on somebody, and you know you're right, and you just want to dysregulate and just freak the fuck out, but you can't, and then you have to stop yourself. Yeah, that shit is.
There's so much growth in that.
Tired.
Yeah.
It makes you so tired.
Do you know why we're getting tired?
Because you're using these resources to stop yourself.
Biblically, we're dying to self.
Yes.
We're dying to the old version, and we don't want to let go of the old version because it's the only version we know. If I give up that person, who am I going to be? I'd rather settle for that because it could get worse if I try to change that.
I literally had a conversation with myself that I said, yeah, but it would feel really good to just yell and scream.
Listen, I read articles where people take the knife to the pillow, they scream in the pillow.
Yeah.
Listen, there's things you could do, right, to release tension.
I wonder what the house manager would do if he saw me.
I don't know if anyone's ever watched Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite show. There's an episode where they just kept yelling, "Serenity now." They weren't dealing with their problems. Every time a problem came, "Serenity now." And they let it go. What happened was they started bottling up all of their feelings. And one by one, they all started bugging out on each other. Because it's only a matter of time before that comes out of us. It's only a matter of time. That whatever's done in the dark is going to be brought in the light.
Yes.
Good and bad. Listen, success that society gets to see is the work you're doing in private. What you're doing in private is always going to get put out in public. Whether you're doing something good or not good. It always makes its way out. Success in public is because of the work done in private. When people are working on themselves, they don't even have time for success. Great quote. Success comes to those who aren't looking for it. All right, so anybody else want to give their definition of what the healing journey looks like? Or what does it sound like?
Work.
The healing journey is defined as a deeply personal and transformative process. Keywords: personal. It's individual. Your healing journey does not have to look like anybody else's healing journey.
Those two words are a big deal.
What?
Those two words are a big
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Personal, transformative.
deal. I thought it was process.
I'm going there. Process. The healing journey is a personal, transformative process. So when you think you're broke, you think you could be fixed. So when we say broken, the job will fix me. The girl will fix me. The car will fix me. Because we think we're broke where we think we could be fixed. You are not broke where you need to be fixed. You're broke where you need to heal. Like a broken bone. I break my bone, I can't go to the auto mechanic and they fix it in a spot. I have to allow time to heal. Personal transformative process, all right? Where an individual actively addresses and works through emotional wounds, traumas, past experiences, and achieves a healthier state of being. So I'm going to show you what the healing journey looks like and what it doesn't look like. I want to leave that. I'll do it underneath. All right, we've done it before. Some of you might have seen it. Point A to point B, right? This is where we want to get, right? Everyone wants to get to point A. Everybody right now is at point B. We're at point A. What's the fastest way?
Straight line.
No.
Good. Straight line is how it used to be. Scientifically, they've proven it wrong, but I'm glad you said it because it goes. So it used to be this.
Yep.
The fastest way to point A to point B is a straight line. I'm going to show you the fastest way to point A, point B, scientifically proven.
Okay.
It's a linear line.
What?
Show you why. This is life. You build momentum in this. This you don't build momentum. This is all about speed. You can't build momentum on a flat plane.
That's right.
Right? You can't build momentum on a flat plane. So look, this is like, you first get into recovery. Shit is working out for you right now, right? You first get into recovery, trees are a different color, music sounds different, you got energy you never thought you were going to get back, right? Look, so life goes good, and then in recovery, all of a sudden, shit starts going left. Shit starts going left. But what has to happen is we need to go back up, right? So now the energy is like a rock, right? Rock at the top of the hill. When the rock goes down the hill, it starts off what? Slow.
It's like a roller coaster, bro. We went to knots, that's just it.
Woo! There you go. There you go. So look, the rock's going down the hill, but it's slow. As the rock goes down the hill, it picks up what?
Speed.
Momentum.
Okay.
It picks up momentum. The momentum determines the speed, so you're not wrong. But what determines the speed is that gravity is pulling the rock down.
Yes.
So the rock really ain't doing nothing but what it's supposed to be doing.
Yep.
It allows gravity to pull it down. For me, I remove gravity and I put the Holy Spirit in there.
Yes.
Right? But look, the rock goes down the hill. So right here, the rock's moving fast. But it didn't have that speed there.
Yeah.
It had to build up the speed. Pretty sure you heard one day at a time.
Yep.
One day at a time is you building momentum. The more one days you get, all of a sudden now you're moving quick. Now you got the job. Now you're doing this. Now you're doing more things. Why? Because you built momentum. The momentum of the rock, when we get down here, we should be able to ride this momentum back up. What happens is we get here and we stop. Life is not a straight line. You're going to go crazy trying to make this a balance of life like that. You have to allow life to have its peaks and its valleys. In order to heal, there's going to be setbacks. You think this ain't reality. That ain't reality. Try to stay one way for the rest of your life. You can't, because the world is always changing. You can get married, not married, death in the family. You are going to change, whether you want to or not. So now we have to learn how to change and roll with change. So what happens is that we stop here. So we stop pedaling the bike. And when we stop pedaling the bike, we lose our what?
Momentum.
Our momentum and our balance.
That is when we fall.
That's when we fall. Because look, I don't know about you. Maybe it's the same for you. Life would be going good for me. And all of a sudden it starts not going good. You know what my genius would start doing? When the life would stop being good, I stopped maintaining my responsibilities.
Yeah.
I'm showing up late to work. I'm calling out of work. I'm not washing the dishes. I'm not making the bed. I'm not doing laundry. I'm not doing the little things no more. I stopped doing them because life got difficult. Do you know what happens when we stop making progress? What chemical in your brain stops producing?
Dopamine.
Dopamines. What do drugs do to dopamines in our body? They enhance them. So now our brain, which we programmed, I'm telling you this right now, we programmed our brain to be comfortable, to go into the drugs, because the drugs put us in a comfortable state. The brain has no idea that the drugs are killing us. All the brain knows is that we trained it to go to the drugs when we don't like this feeling, when we don't like this. So now what happens when we get down here and we don't do anything to make ourselves better? Now we start thinking about the drug heavy. Heavy. And it leads us right back to it. The most important thing in life is not when it's going good. It's what you're going to do when it stops. Are you going to keep pedaling this time? Or are you going to stop pedaling? You're going to maintain your responsibilities? Or you're going to be like me and make excuses why we can't get things done because I don't feel like it? We did motivation and determination. If you're only motivated to get your life together, you're only going to do it when you feel good. Motivation is a feeling that gives us encouragement. If you're saying that you're motivated to get your life together, what you're saying is that you're doing it because you feel like doing it. Determination, I don't always feel like doing this. Determination is about a result, not a feeling. Are you going to be about results or are you going to be about feelings? I want results. You want to know why? Because the feelings that come after results are way better than feelings I get when I don't do the work.
Yeah, but it's real hard to separate the two.
100%. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's a practice, though.
It's practice?
It's a practice. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it, but I'm more focused on the result. Do I always get it done?
I don't know what the result is. I mean, what if you're just kind of like,
What results would you like to get in your life? What are you striving for? What are your goals?
I want to be sober.
Okay, I need more than
I
that,
don't know
though.
why it's so like.
Sober's too vague. Sober just means the absence of a substance.
Okay, I want a different life.
Okay, so keep coming with me now. What does a different life look like for you?
Sober.
Keep going. Give me some specifics, sis.
I would like to, get more with my faith. My faith.
There you go. There's a specific.
Super struggling with that.
The reason I'm trying to pull it out of you is because I feel your energy.
That's what my confusion is. It's just like.
And I'm gonna talk to you for a second. The reason I'm trying to pull it out of you, like myself at times, we're lacking vision.
Okay.
The vision isn't specific enough of where you want to be. So that's why we don't know what we need to do right now.
Okay, so it's like you don't know what to do. So like me, I do nothing.
And you're backing me up right now. What I'm saying is, when I'm not specific, meaning when I don't have a specific goal, like, all right, listen, I want to have this much amount of money saved by the end of the month. That's a specific goal. So now I know where I need to save. If I just say I want to save money, but I don't give a goal, I don't know where to start. So what I'm saying is, you need to get specific. Sober is not good enough. Better life is not good enough. What does a better life look like for you? What kind of house are you going to be living in? What kind of car are you going to drive? How are you going to feel? How are you going to speak? Who are you going to hang out with? Where are you going to
fix me as a person?
It's going to give you something to strive for, because in order to get those things, I must change my behavior in order to get them and keep them.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
I know where you're coming from, and I'm talking to you. When we make a goal of something,
okay,
I have to change behavior in order to get that goal to be accomplished. If I don't have a specific goal, I don't know what behavior to change. So you're saying, how is it going to make me better? I need to change old behavior and create new behavior in order to get better things.
that's scary.
It is a little scary, but it's definitely capable of doing it. Fear is just, the absence of faith, right?
No, but after you've had so many, failures, so many like failure after failure, in whatever it is. And not just, using drugs. It's like just life in general.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I'm not just like at a halt.
Okay.
As you go, it gets better though. Like if you start working, you're gonna enjoy that money. You're gonna be able to get yourself a car. You're gonna start enjoying life better. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Dude, I was sitting on the end of the bed, fucking just heroined out, bro. Just like in depression every fucking day, just sitting on the side of the bed, bro, just looking at the wall, just fucking wishing I was somewhere. You know what I mean? But I'm happy now.
Yeah.
It takes time, but if you you know what I mean? If you just put in the work and get yourself kind of busy and stuff like that, like you're gonna enjoy so much better.
I thought I was going towards that. I really did. I felt like shit was getting good, but it's like
it's not going to though unless you put some more.
Look, shit was going good. You might be here right now. What are you doing down? You got to keep pedaling so you get back
it went fucking bad.
It's okay. But what is bad? So here, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
The darkest of the darkest of the darkest moment of your life, the worst thing that has ever happened to you, is at this moment. So you survived. The darkest of the darkest of the darkest.
Me the fuck out.
Hear me for a second. You survived the darkest of the darkest of the dark, making every bad choice and decision we could possibly think of. If I could survive the darkest of the dark making bad decisions, what's going to happen in my life if I could just make a couple better choices?
I'm scared to make any choices though.
What are you scared of?
Because I'm scared I'm gonna fucking
You're
fail.
failing by default by not doing it. You're failing by default by not even trying. If you're trying, you're not failing. If you're trying, you're succeeding because you're not giving up. Failure only stops us when we stop. If I'm learning from my failure, I'm succeeding. I'm succeeding because I'm not giving up. We put too much pressure on ourselves at being great at things rather than just appreciating ourselves that we're trying to get better. Appreciate yourself, sis. You're doing it. This is what doing it looks like and feels like at times. The healing journey is going to take us down here. In order to get back up there, we just got to keep going. If you don't do anything, you're not going to be appreciative for yourself. Be proud of yourself. You could be dead. Be proud of yourself. There's people here that like you. Be proud of yourself that you're able to express your emotions right now. Pain, it wants to come out of our body. The body wants to release pain. What did I look up? Crying does something for the heart, scientifically. Oh, it brings gratitude, it brings grace, it brings humility. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. You gotta go to this. You're healing. When is a black eye healing? Does anybody know when a black eye is starting to heal?
It turns purple.
When it looks the worst. So you know when we're starting to heal? When we feel the worst. But we don't let ourselves feel the feeling. We take ourselves out of it and suppress it so we don't heal from it. So then we become afraid of it. You're healing, sis. This is what it is. You're doing it.
Love you, Dustin.
Don't let the enemy make you think that you need to be somewhere else besides where you are right now. You are exactly where you need to be. And you are doing exactly what you need to do. All right? So, it's linear. It's not a straight line. If you try to make life straight, you're going to be miserable. This is like swimming with current. If you try to swim against current, you're going to drown. You guys got your hand up?
Go ahead, finish.
No, I'm done. Go.
Man, this is how I'm feeling. This is the healing part.
Go ahead.
This is the forgiveness part. Like I repeat myself, and I have to keep repeating myself. This right here was hard work. Me coming in here, this is hard work. Like I had to humble myself when my daughter got murdered. Me and the girl that killed my daughter, her daddy, we were banging hard. Like, this is healing. You know what I'm saying? Healing is, I had to stand up and forgive the dude's daughter for killing my daughter in court. That's healing.
You did?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We had to. They made me, I didn't want to do this shit. They like, no, they was looking like, you daddy, you need to but no. But no, I'm going to with the dad. You know what I'm saying? But that's healing. You know what I'm saying? Me coming back and get myself out of that environment because I know it was going to be me or her daddy going to die. Because I was so bad, I wanted somebody in her family to hurt because I was in pain. Eye for eye. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's healing. I've been
showing both sides
here with nothing but healing, humbling myself. You know what I'm saying? It is hard. I don't think I'm walking up in here. I'm walking in here making myself happy. Like you're saying, when you walk about that house, I go straight to my spiritual, my preacher. My preacher that had Bible study was saying the same exact thing he's saying right now. Like I put this video right now. He said the same thing he said this morning. You know what I'm saying? Your healing, you got to find that shit. I hated the world when my daughter was gone. I hated the world. I mean, to be lying, I even hate my kid. Because that was my first daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's the one I always freaking wanted. You know what I mean? It's bad. I'm in pain every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? But I have to put on the disguise when I come out here. But this disguise is real, though. It's really real. I am healing. You know what I'm saying? I got a rat here. I'm doing a lot of stuff that I don't. You gotta do a lot of stuff you don't want to do to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. Your life right here, he's saying this is your starting point right now. God has a spot for you. Your spot is not taken. That's where everybody in this room, your spot is not taken. Your spot is there. I went to church Sunday, and I know I'm healing because he prayed for my, the week before he prayed for me to heal for my daughter. Like real shit, y'all, that's a pain. Like real talk. Like I go through, I want to go off on a lot of motherfuckers, a lot of people. But I can't because I got to humble myself and teach people how. You know what I'm saying? But I was talking in tongues in church, and it's on, and everything I'm telling you is the truth. The video is on YouTube. Over church, I seen a 10-year-old boy. My pastor was like, that's what made me God, because God said don't walk out this church because I got one more thing to show you. And what he showed me was, when that little boy said what he said, I want to be healed. He was 10 years old. That preacher made him talk tongues. Talking tongues. The preacher made me talk in tongues, and I ain't never talked tongues in my life. He said he said you ain't gonna be talking English. The voice that come out your mouth next time. He said through the whole church. It's a video. And I was talking in tongues. You know what I'm saying? I'm healing. I'm going to Kingsman's. I'm enjoying the Kingsman group at my church. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start putting yourself into places and people and places and things because that's what God sent you.
What church is it?
It's Calvary.
Oh, Calvary. So yeah, so healing is a journey, not a
Process.
destination. Like, it's not something that we could just get to. It's something we have to work towards, right? So just to wrap it up, healing is not a straight path. It involves ups and downs, regression, and moments of progress. So sober and clean means you cannot use a drug in order to be sober and clean. Recovery is a healing journey. You're going to make mistakes. You might get high. You might relapse. It's what we do after. You were going to have setbacks on this journey. It's not always going to feel right. But that's how you know you're healing. You're able to feel the good and the bad and not fuck up no more. Active addiction, I don't want to feel certain feelings. So I suppress them. By suppressing sadness, I never found true happiness. By not learning from my failure, I never found success. By not staying in my pain, I never really felt what true joy was like. If we are not allowing ourselves to feel one, we are never going to feel the other.
That's right.
That's just how this works. I ask you guys all the time, what came first, the chicken or the egg? It's not to find out what came first. It's to know the relationship. There's no chicken without the egg. There's no egg without the chicken. Understand that if you're feeling feelings you don't like right now, if you could sit and heal and get help, you will get the other end. God is not cruel, and he does not cheat his children. He wants to give us an abundance.
He wants us
But
to
in
heal.
order to get abundance, you must first learn what contentment is. Only because you get content, I think abundance comes. Because when you're content, what does that mean? You have enough. I don't need no more. So every little thing you get feels like an abundance. In order to find contentment, I must first work at this. So I appreciate it, so I value it, so I want to keep it. Once I want to keep what I have becomes enough. And once I have enough, whatever I get on top of it is now an abundance. All right? You guys can take a break. We'll be back at 10:45.
Okay.